Welcome back to my channel. I'm Liz of Chicago Law Luxury Makeup. Today we are going to do a comparison of the new Charlotte Tilbury Star Aura, and I'm going to compare it up against Tom Ford Nude Dip and Tom Ford First Frost. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to put Star Aura on one eye, and then I will apply Nude Dip, I will take it off, and then I will apply First Frost. So you can kind of compare and see how does this look on the eye compared to the other shades on the eye. A lot of times you can swatch stuff and it looks one way, but things actually do look differently on the eye and perform differently on the eye. So I wanted to kind of do a little comparison of the two. So to start out, first we're going to apply the Star Aura. And to apply that, I'm going to take this deepest shade right here, and it's the Define shade. And I'm going to go in with a Sonia G Classic Crease. And I'm just placing this in the outer corner, in the outer portion of my eye. So I did not go all the way over. I just put a little bit right there in the outer corner. And I'm going to leave it just like that. I will go in later and add a little bit more definition. So next we're going to go in with this rosy pink shade. And to do that, I'm going to use a Sonia G Soft Shader. So I'm just going to take that pink and place it all over the lid. Now I will do a similar shade, a similar color application to the other eye so that you get a fair representation of the differences or similarities. All right, and that's easy. I absolutely love this palette, or this quad. I've been reaching for it a lot lately. All right, I'm gonna go in with the Blender Pro into the Smoke shade. And I'm just going to take it and place it all on the crease. So all the way across the eye. All right, now I'm going to go in and I want to add just a little bit more definition. So I'm going to take a Sonia G Mini Booster and I'm going to go back into that Define color and just go onto this outer corner. Okay. Next I'm going to take my Bobbi Brown angled brush and go into this Prime color, which is kind of like she calls it Prime. I call it highlighter. I don't. So I'm just going to place it underneath the brow bone and then in the corner of the eye. You can barely see that pink. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in the same brush that I used earlier on that pink shade and just tap a little bit in, just so I can get that pink shimmer there. All right, now I'm going to take a pencil brush. I'm going to go into this Define shade and bring it down underneath my lower lash line. And again, going in to that outer corner to just give a little bit of definition. All right, I'm going to line the eye. And to line the eye, I'm going to use that same Charlotte Tilbury This was the Hollywood Exaggerize Liner Duo, and I'm going to use the black shade, the matte shade. All right, so eyeliner is on. I'm going to go back in with that prime shade and just add a little bit in the center of the eye. All right, so that completes that eye with the exception of mascara, which I will do at the very end. This is such an easy eye look. It is an everyday look. You could wear this when you're running errands. You could wear this to work. You could wear this out to a nice dinner. It is a beautiful, easy look. Again, I said it in my last video. I love this formula. I'm really happy that I have it. I think that it's a beautiful, beautiful quad. Now we're going to go in with Nude Dip, and we're going to see how similar they are on the eye or how different they are. And we're going to do almost the exact same color combination. I'm going to start with this dark brown color, and I'm going to go in to the outer corner. I'm going to use the same brush. This was the Sonia G Soft Shader, and I'm going to use the other side to go in with this pink shade. So I'm going to use the clean side, and I'm going to put it all over the lid. And then I take what was ever on the brush and I blend it up. So I put all the shadow on the bottom and then just blend up to blend in those two shades. All right, now I'm going to go in with the lighter taupe color, and I'm using the BK Beauty 202, and I'm just placing it in the crease, and I'm going all the way across my eye, directly in the crease. I like these, like, to me, it's like a jumbo blending brush, like a fluffy brush, and then they're just perfect for the crease. They're like a perfect crease brush. Okay. I'm going to go back in with that Sonia G Mini Booster to that brown shade into the outer corner to add some definition. I'm going to use the same Bobbi Brown angled brush and go into this like champagne highlight color. Again, I'm going to place it underneath the brow bone. And in the inner corner. So the shades are very similar and they apply the same way, but I think on the eye they look a little bit different. All right, I'm going to go back in with that soft pink shade and place that on the bottom of my eye again. Now this shade especially would be really pretty if you were to wet it. But because I didn't wet the Charlotte Tilbury, I don't want to wet this one. I want to keep it pretty much the same. I'm just dropping everything over here. I'm going to go in with that pencil brush into that dark brown shade and take it underneath the eye. And then I did the same thing on the other eye where I just kind of connect them. All right, so I'm gonna line my eyes and I will be right back. All right, so eyeliner is on, and for the Tom Ford eyeshadows, I went ahead and used the Tom Ford Eye Defining Pen so that you can see the difference. All right, I'm going back into that highlighter color with my Bobbi Brown angled brush, and just as with the other eye, I'm gonna pop it right here in the middle. All right, so now I'm going to put mascara on. For mascara on both eyes, I will use the Charlotte Tilbury Full Fat Lashes. And then once the mascara is on, I think we'll be able to get a better look at both eyes. All right, I'm back. Mascara is on both eyes. Now, as I stated, this eye is Star Aura, and this eye is Nude Dip. I see the similarities, but there are also some differences. The Star Aura is definitely a warmer undertone, whereas the Nude Dip is definitely a cooler undertone. I can't say that I like one better than the other. I think that they both look really, really good. I know that just from wearing the Charlotte Tilbury in the past, it is a long-lasting formula. I do not think that it lasts as long as the Tom Ford does. I think the Tom Ford lasts a little bit longer and stays nicer on your eyes. But this is also $88 and this is $53. But this one you're getting 2.8 grams and this one you're getting 6 grams. So, you know, there is a difference. But I did want to just show you the two eyes and show how they look on the eye. Now I am going to swatch these for you so you can see how they swatch on the hand or the arm versus how they look on the eye. Because I really do think that just swatching something doesn't give you a true reflection of how they look. I think putting them on your eye is the test of how they look. I will say that they both blended very easily. You saw it took no time at all to create these two looks, and I love both of them. I really, really do. I think that they're both suitable for everyday wear. When I was going to work back in January and February, I would wear Nude Dip to work all the time. I love it. So let me swatch these real fast for you, and then I'll take the Nude Dip off and I will put on First Frost. All right, so here is an empty arm. I'm going to start with the prime color, moving on to the rosy pink, which she calls Enhance. And then I'm going to use the smoke shade. And then last is Define. So this is Star Aura. And I will say that the texture of the shadows, they're very, very soft. They're really nice. All right, now right underneath it, I'm going to place the same shade, similar shade in the Tom Ford. So first I'll start with what I call the highlight color. Moving on to the rose gold or the pink. Next, we're going to do like the light brown. And then last will be the darker brown. All right, so Star Aura, and this is Nude Dip. You can tell, even just by swatching them on the arm, that the Star Aura is definitely a warmer. So, there you go. I'm curious, which one do you guys like better? Can you tell a difference? Do you think that there's that big of a difference that you need both. Like I said, I really like them both. Like, I really like them. It's no secret. Like, these types of colors is what I just love. It's what I gravitate towards. So I'm going to go wash my eye. I will be right back and we will put on First Frost. All right, we are back. So I have taken off Nude Dip and now we are ready to apply First Frost. So before I apply First Frost, I'm going to go ahead and swatch it for you. Now I've left the swatches on of Star Aura and I'm just going to go in with First Frost. So first I'm going to start with the highlight color. And you can see right away that that looks like a rose gold champagne highlight, and this is very white. Now I'm going to go in with the pink shade. And again, this has definitely got a warmer undertone than this. Now I'm going to go in with the lighter of the brown shades for First Frost, which is almost similar to the dark shade. And then last is the darkest shade. So again, I don't think that these are going to look very similar on the eye at all. I think that the closest of the two was going to be Nude Dip. I think this is going to be a lot brighter, whiter, cooler toned. So, what do we want to do first? I'm going to go in. I'm just going to do the same how I did this eye. So I'm going to start with that darker color. And I mean, it just picked up so much color. You can see all of that color that I picked up. So it's definitely pigmented. So I'm going in with the Classic Crease by Sonia G, just in that outer corner. So I'll clean that up in a second. But for right now, we're going to leave it like that. I'm going to take a Sonia G Worker Pro and I'm going to go in with that pink shade. Now this picks up a lot more shadow than the other palettes. So I'm just placing this all over the lid and then blending up. The pink in the First Frost is so pretty. So, so pretty. Now I'm going to take a Sonia G. I'm dropping everything. I'm going to take a Tom Ford eyeshadow brush and I'm going to go into this light brown shade and use this in the crease. And I'm placing it along the whole entire crease, the whole length of the eye. I'm going to take that same Sonia G Mini Booster and go in with that dark shade and just give a little bit of definition to that outer corner. So I'm going to go back in with that pink shade and put a little bit more there on the bottom. And same with the other Tom Ford palette. This pink shade especially looks beautiful applied wet. I'm going to take my Bobbi Brown angled brush and go in underneath the brow bone and then in the corner of the eye. I'm going to take my Sonia G pencil brush and go in with the deepest of the brown shades and go underneath the eye. All right. So I'm going to go line my eyes off camera and I'll be right back so we can put on mascara. All right, so that I can stay consistent, I keep picking up Nude Dip, by the way, so I need to put that away. To stay consistent, I'm going to go back in with that highlight color and just tap a little bit of color in right here in the middle of my eye. All right, I will apply mascara and we'll be right back to talk about the differences. All right, we're back. So mascara is on, both eye looks are completed. So again, on my right eye, I have Star Aura. On my left eye is Tom Ford First Frost. Again, I think they are both beautiful. I do see the similarities. However, there are definitely differences. And I don't think that they are exactly alike. I don't think that they're a dupe for one another. But they are similar once you apply them to the eye. So I think you have to decide if it's something that you want, if you want both, or if you already have this, you may not need this. I really enjoy them both, and I'm happy that I have them both in my collection. So, but that is my opinion, and someone else may not feel the same way. I really, really like these two looks. I really do. I know I keep saying that, but they're so pretty, and they're just such an everyday shadow. And that's really, really what I like about them. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I encourage you to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I have a new video. I will see you guys in my next video. Have a great day.